Good evening. It is Wednesday night. Welcome to the Land Timber Stream. Hope you're having a good day. We are at Hump Day here, trying to get through this week. And I'm going to tell you right now, I am beat up. I posted about this on Instagram earlier. The workouts of the last 2 days have got me just, it's hard to walk around. Fortunately, I have a job which is sitting most of the day. But I'm going to tell you, I really had to drag myself in here to do the stream, and it's good because it's getting me going and getting the juices flowing, so that's good. But I'm hoping you're having a good evening, and we're going to talk a little bit about Ethernet multicast and netflow, or Cisco Performance Monitor. So this will be a brief stream, trust me. But there's some good things here, some good links, some good... just kind of vlogging my journey here and what's going on and where I'm at. So let me make sure chat is working. Very good. Discord is up. So yeah, let's talk about this. This is the same wallpaper of the day from yesterday. Snoqualmie Falls from Washington. Found it on Flickr. This is where the Twin Peaks universe takes place, which is awesome. Most of it anyway. But yeah, I've been going through networklessons.com. I did not have a lot of time after the stream really to look at multicast just because I had some family business to take care of, some things coming up in October. But I did get a chance to look at it after work today. And it's amazing when going through the network lessons and looking at the difference between versions 1 and 2 has been very helpful. Looking at the Wireshark captures, one thing that I'm not super familiar with that's very important for me is to distinguish, for example, different triggers in multicast. So when you have a host that joins, for example, a particular multicast group, how does it join? How does the router know, or the routers know that that host still wants to participate? So maintaining that state is interesting, and the differences between version 1 and 2 are tremendous. So just for example, when hosts want to join a group, they send a membership report. But there's a new feature with version 2 where you can do membership support suppression. And I've read that a number of times about membership support suppression, and I'd forgotten all about what it was, but thank goodness I reviewed that, in Network Lessons. But essentially, it allows, the hosts are going to send a join message to the multicast group address that they want to join, for example, 239.111. And when they send that, if they're on the same segment, another host over here, if he's on the same network segment, he's going to hear that join. And he's going to know, well, you know what? I don't really need to send a join request because on this segment, the PIM router is going to know that there is a group member here. So there's a little delay timer, a random number between 1 and 10, the highest being 10, of course. And what will happen is essentially if host 1 picks 5 and host 2 picks 3, then at 3 seconds, host 2 sends his join request, and host 1 knows that there has been one sent, so he doesn't need to send a membership report. That is called membership report suppression. Very effective. Imagine 100 hosts, right? So the other part that's really effective as well is the router can send group specific queries. So a multicast router that is always checking to make sure that the host that it has registered, where it needs to send multicast traffic, the receivers, it is constantly checking to make sure that those receivers are still there and that they still want to receive multicast traffic for a particular group. Well, in version 1, the router or routers are going to send to all hosts address 224.0.0.1. So if you've got 10 different multicast groups that hosts are listening for, it's going to send the same amount to all hosts, regardless of which group it is in. So let's say host 1 is a member of 239.111, and host 2 is a member of 239.112. Well, in order to know who's sending that traffic, who needs to see that traffic, the router can send a group-specific query, right? So he's going to send 239.112, and only host 2 might reply to that query, right? Because he's the only one that wants to to be a member of that group. So it's just much more efficient that way, right? So those are two of the big differences. I'm not going to go over all the details here on stream. I did lab a little bit of this earlier. What I want to get to, though, is where I talked about last night there was some confusion about this trivia question on my part. What are the steps in order to configure netflow on a router interface? And I don't know why, it just didn't sound right when I looked at the answer, because I got maybe 2 of the steps right. Then when I saw it, I was like, oh, okay, that's right. But I didn't have a lot of confidence in the answer, and I tried to do a quick lookup, and I didn't find anything. So I finally found it today. I did some research on this, and I'm going to post a link here. This is really the performance monitor information that, as far as the steps to configure it, right? It's that second link there. So here, this is a good document. It gives a pretty good overview, and then it has the basic components, right? You have interface, policy, class map, flow monitor, and then flow records. Of course, optionally, you would have an exporter. You can look at the flow information. What is it doing here? I clicked the link. Cisco docs. Anyway, flow exporter is optional, of course, but you usually do use an exporter and an aggregate place to collect your netflow statistics. Of course, this is talking about netflow and flexible netflow, but you could always look on the router itself to look at netflow information or performance information. It's not easy to do that. There's a top 10 command I've used before, top talkers, things like that, but it's still, you're going to want to have a third-party flow collector to review the data, right? SolarWinds or something like that. But these are the steps. So it clearly shows that to these are the components. To do the configuration, you would start at the bottom. So you create your flow record, you create your flow monitor, class map, policy map, service policy at the interface level. So I did have it right in the drill sheet. Flow record, type performance monitor, for example, flow monitor, class map, policy map, service policy. And this is for, so this is 15.4. So this is essentially a router running iOS. So, okay, we got that. Now I want to create another sort of trivia question for tomorrow. Someone had a really good one, by the way, in Discord. Callum did a great job, and he got me on it. I had the wrong answer. But yeah, if you're not in our Discord yet, definitely check it out, because people will post these and really good stuff. Okay, here's a good question for tomorrow. We'll throw this one out. Yeah, a question for tomorrow. Name the BGP optional non-transitive attributes. Boom. Try to think of them in your head. Try not to Google it. See if you can remember for tomorrow. If not, go ahead and Google it. and be prepared tomorrow with the answer. Hopefully you will have it. So that's really all I have today, folks. Again, nothing that, I want to do a little bit of labbing, hopefully if I had the energy. And I would have shown that normally on stream, but just don't have the energy tonight. So we're going to still do a little study. And tomorrow we should have some more updates. Let's just see what is coming up on the network lessons. So I should finish out. I should get into igmp version 3 tonight. That's my goal. And then from there, I think we get into... let's see here. Yeah, layer 2 multicast. Okay, we get into snooping. This is where I'm very weak, and the filtering. So this is going to be good. And maybe I'll be able to share. I don't know if I'll be able to emulate any of that on the iOS VL2 image. We'll see. Because we're talking about snooping at layer 2, right? The switch, being able to snoop, and like it has here, there's igmp snooping, and then there's igmp snooping without a multicast router, which many switches can do. And it's a very helpful feature, right? So anyway, we'll talk about that some more tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in, folks. I hope you have a good evening. And, sending you good bits, get in that good study. Keep on keeping on. Stick to your plan and use all the time you can, that you have allocated. And let's get some study done, folks. Let's get some labbing done, and let's stay motivated. So thanks so much for stopping by. I appreciate it. Give us a follow on Instagram. I've been trying to post stuff on Instagram and Twitter on the daily, different content. So Instagram is one kind of content, Twitter's another kind of content. And then, of course, we got our YouTube, our Twitch, and we're back in HD on YouTube, thankfully, but you can subscribe to me there. And we got the Discord, all the links below. Thanks so much for the support, and we shall see y'all tomorrow, same time, on the LAN Tamer stream. Have a good night.